Alvin Henderson, running back. He's currently running back 8. He's 115th overall per the On3 rankings. And he's 5'9", 198. So slightly undersized, but stocky for a 5'9" guy. He's out of Alabama. Elba is the high school, 104th ranked team in Alabama, 10 team power rating, and then -18 SOS. So pretty brutal, very small school. I think it's single A Alabama football. You may have heard this name for a while because he's been producing since he was a true freshman. I believe he had over 1,000 yards as a true freshman, and then it's just gone up from there. He's committed to Penn State, 64th percentile athlete with the max miles per hour. We've got him at 21.6, which is, very good. 21.6 is certainly, I would say, very good, not quite elite, but very good. He plays basketball, baseball, as well as football, so 3-sport athlete, which we like. And get these numbers, 225 for 3,523 yards and 61 touchdowns. That is in 1 year. That is 2023. He had 3,500 yards and 61 touchdowns on the ground, 16 yards per carry. And, chipped in 5, 142, and 1 through the air. So the guy had 62 touchdowns. Like, that's Derrick Henry level stuff. He is not Derrick Henry, but like that kind of production is just absolutely obscene. He's a high volume guy for his high school. But you'll see in these clips, I don't see tons of agility and wiggle. He really just seems to be able to outrun guys, which is certainly a nice quality to have. But I got to say, maybe stiff is the right word. Like, I don't see a ton of wiggle. I don't see tons of creativity. That run right there is pretty cool. He ran over and kind of hopped over a guy. But for the most part, he just seems to be running straight. And he seems to be, able to just outrun guys. There's not a lot of creativity or the ability to create on his own, to make space on his own. It's kind of just, he takes what's there and he can turn that into big plays because of his top gear. But just not a lot of evidence of a lot of the things I usually like to see in a running back. Super low strength of schedule per max preps. I mean, really bottom end competition. We've only, he was clocked at 21.6 miles per hour. We've only got confined 40s in the 4.7 range. So to me, you can't argue the production, but he's committed to Penn State. I don't think that's a great fit personally, based on what they've historically been able to bring in at Penn State. I think he could be like an absolute smash in like G5, but at the high P4 level, I kind of think he'll become a committee guy at best, maybe a home run hitter, but I don't see a feature back. I'll throw it to David. What do you think with Alvin Henderson here?
Pretty much the same. I agree with that. I mean, the production's crazy. It's just when I watch him, I'm just like, it's surprising. I mean, he has massive holes to work with, obviously. Runs a lot on the outside and has pretty good burst. I kind of like his feet. He's got some spring to him. But I think at Penn State, I think he's kind of a depth guy at a school like that. So it's like a coin flip pretty much if a kid's going to transfer these days. So we just need him to transfer down to I don't know, Memphis or something, be like the next star at Memphis or something. So I like him as a potential college producer at the right spot, but I don't know if he's really an NFL guy or anything. So I don't know. He's someone to keep an eye on, I guess.
I don't even know if it has to be G5. I mean, give me a low P4 like Maryland or, even like an Iowa State. I mean, of course, they have a decent depth chart there right now, but like it doesn't have to be G5. I just think somewhere where you're going to have multiple guys who are like 220 in the running back room or something like that. I just think he's going to get lost in the shuffle. He needs to go somewhere where he's clearly going to get the carries. Matt, any other ideas about Alvin Henderson?
Yeah, I would pretty much echo what you guys said. I think he's a good back. I think he has good vision. He's kind of a smooth runner, a lot of outside runs. He's got that good burst too. I just don't think he profiles as a lead back. I think, he's already pretty short, already pretty heavy for someone his age and height. 5'9", about 195. I think he's probably close to maxed out already. Probably like a 205 to 210 guy, which is fine. But I just don't see the skill set of a full, every down back. It's just not quite there for me.
Yeah, and it's hard. I mean, this is ultimately, I think, our parent company is C2C. This is ultimately, we're talking about guys with an eye on NFL potential. This is not purely college fantasy, and I just think it's really hard to envision him being meaningful at the NFL level. So, I mean, for us, college production is important, but I don't know if he's getting out of Penn State. And then I just can't see NFL upside, unless he's an elite receiver, which we haven't really seen that either yet. So, I think it's just real tough to get too excited about Alvin Henderson right now. I wouldn't prioritize him in a draft if he falls to me and there's no one else I really like. I mean, sure, maybe he's like a tremendous outlier, but otherwise seems like he's just not a guy who's going to necessarily be a fantasy producer. If you like what we're doing here on The Official, go ahead and give us a like. If you don't agree and you think Alvin Henderson is like the next dude in college football and a day 2 draft pick or something like that, comment. Let us know why. I'd love to engage if we can.